Hey there, Gina here with AJ Business Solutions. And in this video, I'm going to walk you through 10 steps to attract paying clients on Instagram. But before we jump in, I want to hit you with a little tough love truth bomb. There is no secret algorithm hack, magic trending audio, or surefire hashtag strategy. That is not what this video is about. So, if you're anything like my clients, social media is just one of the biggest stressors in your business. So, I want to give you permission right now to just relax. And I want to tell you that if you take nothing away from this video, I want to let you know you can attract paying clients on social media. I've done it, I've seen it done, but it will not be done overnight. Again, it's not about trending audio, it's not about secret hacks and tricks. Again, it's just one part of the big picture. Is social media a powerful platform to help you market your business? It is if you do it correctly. However, it is not the end all be all do all. So I want you to stop stressing about it and just hopefully this video is going to help. Follow my tips and you can absolutely do this. So, step one is you want to start with your brand and your ideal client. So, it's like online dating. You really have to know who you are and who you are trying to attract. Like, what's your marketing message? What resonates with your ideal client? And if you're not sure about that, I definitely encourage you to check out my Success Simplified video, the step-by-step guide to creating a thriving and profitable business. It's a free video. It's on YouTube. It's on my website. You don't even have to give me an email. It's packed full of lots of valuable information, including getting really clear on your brand, your ideal client, and your marketing message so that you can incorporate that into your social media. So, step two are your social media goals. So, obviously, everyone's number one goal is to find paying clients in your area for free. You don't want to have to pay for it. You want them to find you on Instagram and give you their money. And it's not a bad goal. So, that's what this video is all about. But there are a few other goals that I think are also important with social media. So, number two is nurturing relationships. So that's relationships not only with your potential clients, with your existing clients, but also with people within the industry. So no matter what industry you're in, I specialize in wedding and beauty and just creative service industry. And weddings in particular, let's say if you're a wedding vendor, every single time you do a wedding, make sure you find out who those key players are, the venue, the photographer, the coordinator, and start following them on social media. Start liking their posts, start commenting. People like people who like them. And it's not about manipulating, it's about creating authentic relationships and nurturing those relationships. The third important goal for social media is to reinforce your brand. And this is really, really important. And it's something that people don't think about. So you want to always keep in mind those social media goals with all of those, but especially with reinforcing your brand, that it's really about quality and consistency. And do not sacrifice quality for the sake of quantity ever. And that's what happens a lot. People are told by quote unquote experts that you have to post every single day. And what they're doing is they're trying to post every single day, but they're sacrificing quality for the sake of quantity. So here's what I want you to think about. When people are looking for your services, for your products to hire you, they're looking for a reason to trust you and why they should hire you, but they're also looking for a reason why not to trust you and why not to hire you. So they're looking at your website, they're looking at your social media, and this not may not be a conscious thing that they're thinking, can I trust them? Can I trust them? But every single piece of content they're looking at, they're asking themselves, is this person for me? Can they meet my needs? Can they solve my problems? And when you start sacrificing that quality for quantity, really you're only as good as your worst piece of content. So you don't want someone to see something on your website, or as we're speaking here about your social media, and be like, oh, okay, that's not what I'm looking for. I thought they were what I was looking for, but now I don't really trust that they're the right person for me. So there's a saying in business that I always like to use, and that is if you confuse them, you lose them. So again, it's really just about staying consistent with your brand, and that's something that social media helps you to do is to reinforce that brand. So, step three is your profile. So, again, thinking about your brand and your ideal client, your marketing message, and your USPs, which, again, if you don't know what that is, then definitely check out my other video, and call to action and links. So, I'm going to go ahead and show you a couple examples here. So, this is actually one of my companies, Here Comes the Bride. So, one of the biggest mistakes that I see people make is in their name here. So, I will see them just put their business name in this name setting here. And really, this is your keyword. So you want to think about what is your ideal client looking for on Instagram. You can see here that I just have bridal beauty, hair, and makeup, and that is because this is a global business. We sell accessories and we promote bridal stylists, not only in the US, but internationally. So that's why I don't have a local keyword here. But if you're a local business, then you definitely want to have a local keyword in this name setting on your Instagram. Next, we have kind of the bio here. So you want to kind of have your brand message speaking to your ideal client. And then you definitely want to have some kind of call to action. And then, of course, your links here. So I definitely recommend that you have some kind of SAM card or link tree or create something on your website so that you have those very specific links so that when you do post things, you can say, click on videos in my link in bio, have those links readily available. And then as far as your profile pic, again, because this is more of kind of a bigger global business, I do have a logo here. However, for a local service business, like if you go onto my AGA Business Solutions profile, I do have my picture there. I think that's nice to kind of help you connect. So it really kind of depends on the scale of your business. If you're smaller solo entrepreneur, then I would definitely put my photo. If you're a little bit larger company that has people working under you, then you might want to put your logo there. So step 4 is a content system. So content is gold. And it is really one of the hardest parts of social media. Like, what do I post? I don't have content to post. It really, everything is all about the content. And again, if you're in the wedding industry, the wedding industry is a treasure trove of content, all these beautiful weddings and styled shoots and events. So it really is about just creating a system, not only for getting that content or creating that content, but also keeping it organized and then making it a habit. So we actually at AGA Business Solutions have created an exclusive content management system. So I am going to actually just take a minute and go through a screen share here and show you that super quick because it's a really great way to keep that content organized. So here I am at our website, AGA Business Solutions, and under Social Media Solutions, our Social Media Pro. So you can check that out. And there's a little video here. We offer a free 60-day free trial. And how this works is you're going to get your own dashboard. And then this is where you're going to keep all of that content organized. So again, if you're in the wedding industry, all of those weddings and beautiful styled shoots. And also you're going to be able to keep all of your information, your vendor tags, all of your hashtags here. Another cool feature of this program is it is going to keep track of the date that you last posted so you can keep all of that fresh content at the top. Because with one wedding or one styled shoot or one event, you can get dozens of different postings out of that. Another really cool feature of this platform is that we offer these beautiful Canva templates where you can come through, and this is included. You can access different templates if you want to use those for your social media. So again, if you're interested, you can come to our website and learn a little bit more about that. Okay, so step 5 is hashtags and locations. And this is really just common sense. If you are a local business, then use local hashtags. So I pulled some stats off Instagram here. So let's look at some of these hashtags. And I see this all of the time. Again, I'm using weddings as an example here. So I see people put hashtag love, hashtag wedding. Hashtag love has over 2 billion posts. Hashtag wedding has over 270 million compared to San Francisco wedding planner, which is only 31,000. So if you think about it, what are the chances if you're putting in hashtag love that someone is going to find you in San Francisco or in Atlanta or in Oklahoma or wherever you're at? So if you are a local business, use local hashtags. Now, again, if you're a national or international business, then you can use those more broad hashtags. Hey, if you want to throw a few in, just for good measure, that's fine. But the majority of your hashtags should be local. A couple more examples here. Think like your client. What are they searching for? So, again, let's say you're a wedding planner in San Francisco. They're searching for San Francisco wedding planner, San Francisco wedding, San Francisco weddings. Don't forget the singular and plural, San Francisco wedding ideas. But they're also looking for venues and photographers and videographers and florists, and they're also searching other location variations. So, San Francisco, they may be searching for Bay Area. So, really, again, think like your client. What area are you in? And look for those hashtags that they're going to be searching for that you're going to be more likely to be found. So what I would suggest is that you create 2 to 3 hashtag lists. There is some rumor out there that Instagram doesn't like for you to use the same hashtag list all the time. Although I just was on a feed of kind of an Instagram quote unquote guru, which I hate that term and I hate Instagram gurus, but she basically said she uses the same hashtag list all the time. So I would say err on the side of caution. Better to be safe than sorry. And just take the time to do a little research and find those hashtags, do a few variations. Like I said, if you don't have enough in your area, then, go ahead and throw in some of the larger ones if you want, but create 2 to 3 hashtag lists and then just rotate them and then add specifics when appropriate. So what I mean by that is, let's say you have a generic, or not generic because it's specific to your industry and your location, but you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just your main hashtag list. But let's say, for instance, you're doing something different than is on there. So let's say, for instance, you're doing a giveaway. Maybe that's not on your general hashtag list. So you might want to add a few specific hashtags if that post is different than your normal post. So hopefully that makes sense. And then always use location tagging. So that's another way that you're going to help to be found by people in your area. So step 6 is to post consistently. So all experts agree. I mean, experts disagree on most things, all these algorithms and all these tricks and hacks and everything. You're going to get a different opinion everyone you talk to, but all experts agree that consistency is key. Consistency is key to showing up in the algorithm and getting those results and getting that organic paying client to use your products and services. So I suggest 3 times a week to start. Again, people are like, you need to post every single day. I personally do not think that's true at all. I think you can see great results from 3 times a week to start. Now, again, if you've got the content to support posting 5 days a week or 7 days a week, then great, do it. If you've got the time, great, do it. But I think 3 times a week and being consistent is really, really the most important thing that you can do. So, step 7 is post everywhere. So, you have the content. That's one of the hardest parts. Make the most of it. And posting to different platforms has shown to increase your engagement by 300%. So, again, you've got the content, make the most of it. Now, I know what you're saying. Oh my God, I'm already stressed out about social media and just posting to Instagram. How am I going to post to all the other platforms, to Facebook and LinkedIn and TikTok and Pinterest and everything? It's exhausting, I know. So that's why it's really important to either use a posting and scheduling app, or we can do it for you, and we can do it for you affordably. So if that's something you're interested in, definitely reach out to us, because again, you've got that content. That's the hardest part. You really want to make the most of it and get as much visibility as possible. And let me tell you, social media managers hate us. I know we are a social media manager, we do that, but typical social media managers hate us because they're charging 600, 800, 1200, $1,500 a month for something that we are doing at such an incredibly affordable price. We post 3 or 5 times a week, or we can create bespoke packages for you to 8 platforms starting at only 149 bucks a month. So shameless plug, and I'll get back to our steps now, but reach out if you are interested in us handling your social media for you. If you want to start getting customers really quickly, then you can always advertise. So I'm going to actually go into a screen share in just a second, but this is kind of my system for advertising is start simple with your Instagram feed. So boost posts, maybe some posts that you're seeing a lot of engagement, just post them for 2 days and see what resonates. And then what you can do is then you can see what is appealing to your ideal client and then maybe go into more the Facebook ads manager and duplicate and expand on those results. And really anytime with any kind of advertising, whether it's social media advertising, Google advertising, it really, really is about trial and error. So I'm going to jump on my Instagram here and show you pretty quickly just how to boost a post. For those of you that don't know at all how to boost a post, I'm going to show you here really quickly. Okay, so here I am at my AGA Business Solutions Instagram, and I'm going to go ahead and just go into a post here. And if you go into your post and click on Boost Reel, so this is where you can boost that post. Now, like I said, you can go in, there's a lot more detailed information you can put in if you go through Facebook Ad Manager, but that is a little bit more complicated. Hopefully at one point I'll do a video on that. But this is a good way to get started, and this is a good way to see what is resonating with people. So you can, of course, have them visit your profile if you want to get those likes and get those followers, or you can have them visit your website if you want to have them. You can put in any page you want here if you want them to set up a call or want them to check out your services. So you can decide that. And then this is where you really want to focus on. So again, this is where in your Facebook ads, you're going to have a little bit more flexibility with who you choose here. But for now, you can see I've got a couple that I've got set up. But what you want to do is create your own. And probably the most important thing, you can name it here, is that location. So you want to come in here and you want to add your location because you don't want to be advertising to people that are outside of your service area. So add that location, and you can come in here and add interests. So again, let's say we're doing weddings. You can come in here and click on weddings and see what comes up and click everything that has to do with weddings. You may want to also experiment with creating different audiences. Now, in Facebook Ad Manager, you can actually target by someone, let's say, who is just engaged. So that's where the advantage is with that. But again, this is a good way to just kind of get your feet wet and see what resonates. So you can obviously choose the age. So let's say you're doing weddings. I would say maybe, I don't know, how old are people nowadays getting married? You can kind of decide what your typical client age range. Usually, I would think mostly females are planning their weddings, or again, I'm in the beauty, also specialize in beauty. So again, you can decide what that audience looks like for you and save that, give it a name, and then just come in here and put your budget. So again, just do $5. Make sure you set 2 days. And then what you're going to want to do, and then go ahead and boost that reel. And what you're going to want to do is just come back and really pay attention to those numbers. How many interactions? And let me see if I can show you that on one that I have boosted. Let's see. So let's go ahead and go in here. Currently boosted. So I just started boosting this. So you can kind of come in here and see the interactions and see if okay, I've got 12 website visits. That's pretty good. So you can kind of see how it's doing, and you can compare it to other boosted posts and then pick out the best ones and then simply duplicate that. And then my final piece of advice as far as, the advertising and all of that, don't buy followers and likes. It does kind of mess up your algorithm. It also messes up if you're going to be boosting posts and you want to target people like your followers, you really want those followers to be organic. So don't fall into that trap. And I know it's frustrating and you want to build up your social media, but it's better to do it organically. And then step 9 is progress over perfection. So it really is about trial and error. I know even my Instagram is still in a state of kind of trial and error and figuring out not only what works for your clients and what resonates, but really what works for you. And that goes for what type of posts, if you're doing stories, if you're doing carousels, if you're doing posts, if you're doing reels, how often you're posting, what scheduling app you're using, your hashtags, like everything really is always in business a work in progress. So it's going to take some experimentation and maybe your Instagram's not going to be absolutely perfect in the beginning, but that's okay. It's again, it's progress over perfection. Once you do figure out what works for your clients, what works for you, what resonates, then that's when you create a system and really stick to it. Or, of course, you hire us to do it for you. So now we are on to the final step 10. And step 10 is quite simply to just be patient. It really does take 3 to 6 months of posting quality content on several platforms consistently to see results. So you can't do this posting 3 posts in 1 week and then not posting for 2 weeks and then posting a bunch and then not posting for a month. Like it really truly is about consistency. And I know I mentioned 3 times a week, but my goodness, if you only have enough content or you are only able to post once a week, then just stick to that. I mean, again, shoot for 3 times a week, but consistency is for sure the most important thing when it comes to social media. Okay, so just to go over those 10 steps again, get really clear on your brand and your ideal client, get clear on those social media goals, make sure your profile is set up correctly with those keywords, thinking like your customer and what's going to resonate with them, your ideal customer, your ideal client, create a content system. So just really step by step, like don't reinvent the wheel, create a system for not only getting that content, but keeping it organized. Make sure that you're making use of those local hashtags and that location tagging. Post consistently. That's probably one of the most important, if not the most important step, is to post consistently. Post everywhere. That's probably the second most important. It's really about just playing the game and gaining as much visibility as you can. You never know where someone is going to find you. If you really want to jumpstart your efforts, then you can, of course, advertise. And remember that it's progress over perfection and to be patient. And again, just to remind you, there is no fix. Don't ever forget that. It's really just about it's the same as everything in business. It's about putting in the work, being persistent, being resilient, and being patient, which I know is frustrating, but that's the truth. So, I want to thank you so much for joining me. And of course, if you have any questions or if you would like for us to take over for you and give you a break and handle your social media, obviously reach out, call me. Okay, thanks again. And I hope to see you again soon. Bye.